things I wanted to ask you is because oftentimes we think that business success is all about money and financial targets, but what about the people? Because people, of course, form a crucial ingredient in a successful business.
150% for sure. So yes, there is the finances, there is the operations, but HR is vital, and just like the people make the company.
Exactly, yeah.
Without them, there wouldn't be anything. Yeah.
But how does it work, for example, for small, medium-sized businesses, right? We don't have the resources, the finances to pay big benefits or big packages to staff. So how did you, for instance, manage to keep your staff inspired and motivated? And how do you do it now, 10 years later?
For me, okay, so I've always found that a challenge, just dealing with leading people, because I kind of always play the good cop. Right? So I'm that kind of leader, so I always have to have a bad cop beside me. So, but inspiring them, that's too easy for me. Like, you know,
really?
Speaking with them, talking to them, getting them motivated, teaching them. Education is also really important to me, and just, being on their side. So that's how I keep them motivated.
And have you had many of the same people with you from the beginning to now? Are there really people who are, you know, they are Suzie Beauty, that's them, that's their life? How have you found those journeys?
There's very few, because it's been 10 years. And a lot of transitions.
Right.
3 years ago, my brand was acquired by a bigger company. And I managed to take some of my team on board, but then they sort of fell out the way. There was cultural issues, like in the two companies. So they were used to how we used to do things before, and then these guys have their way of doing things. So yeah, a lot of them did not last. And I've had to get like a new team after a new team. I'm going to say I have one girl who I had from 5 years ago, so before the transition.
All this time.
Yeah. Right. So it's been transition after transition, and also I'm not opposed to, if somebody's not interested or somebody is not working out, bye. Like move on, and you're gonna find something that you want to do. Because this might not be it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, you've just said it. If somebody's not interested or somebody is not, living the values of your organization, it's a key thing, right? It's something that we look at as well in Ravelworks. It's not just about your skill set, your degree, but it's are you fit for the culture that we have?
Absolutely. And we've done strategy after strategy, and that's only a bit of it. The rest comes from the person.
Right. Yeah. The attitude that goes with
exactly.
it. So, and then, in 10 years, I imagine you've just also said lots of people joined and left you again. Have you ever had to deal with the poor performance issue, or with people who don't aspire or live the values of Suzie Beauty? And how did you handle that? Because I know it's always a really, tricky
it's delicate.
issue. Yeah,
it's delicate.
Exactly.
So I did have, actually, a few months ago, I had somebody that we hired who lasted 3 weeks, literally.
Wow, okay.
And I said, I'm good cop. But this one did not last, because I was like, this is not somebody I can work with.
Right.
And she's not going to get it. So, so had to release.
Let them go.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
Because she's probably in a better place now and happier wherever she is. And we got a better person.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, it's about the company, it's about the brand, it's about making sales. So,
But I think you mentioned something crucial as well, because sometimes we drag it on, right? We bring somebody into our team and we know from the beginning that it's not a good fit, but we don't want to have the tough conversation.
Then you keep them there for nothing.
Exactly. And they start becoming kind of a toxic employee in your team because they're infecting others, and it becomes harder and harder to deal with.
Bad apples are all day, every day. And so, yes, getting rid of them quickly is very crucial. I don't, as much as I'm the good cop, I don't have a big problem with that.
Well, it's like they say, right? It's hire slowly but fire quickly. The moment you know somebody's not aligned with the values, doesn't matter if they're a top performer.
We know our core integrities. We know our strategy. We know what we need for this company to become. So actually, that makes it quite simple.
And you'd mentioned to me before that you were recently acquired by another organization, another company. Sorry. So as a founder of a startup and now going through this big growth period, what have been, let's say, your top 2 leadership challenges?
So one, challenges. I don't love that word, but
What's another word we can use?
I want to
Leadership.
Okay, let's keep with challenge. Again, even for me, getting into a different culture, another company with its own culture, was a challenge, and still like trying to maintain my team in this other culture. So that did give me, a bit of an uphill battle, and translating, explaining to the Flame Tree group, like my directors, what my team is and does, and explaining to my team what my directors do and are. So for that translation, that was a bit of a challenge. But at the end of the day, why I said I don't like challenge, because it's more positive than it is negative, in terms of even me leading. Because I have there's a lot of issues, building a business and doing that, and there was many problems. There's still those problems, but then many of them are not mine anymore. Poor my directors, yes, it's more their problems. I do the job that I started to do in the first place, which I was never able to do because I didn't have, I had to be the CEO, and I didn't have a choice because we couldn't hire a CEO.
Tell me about
right?
all of these compliance things,
Oh no, and then logistics, calling the shipping company. I'm like, I don't want to know. Like, I just want the product here and I want to put it on the beautiful women.
I don't want to know how it gets
I don't want to know all that.
So we're not going to call it leadership challenge anymore. We're going to call it your biggest leadership growth opportunities. How about that?
Perfect.
There we go. But like you said, one of them was around, bringing these two cultures together, which is always an issue, right?
That was a big one.
Yeah, whether it's an acquisition or we're bringing in new teams together, it's always underestimated sometimes how much time it takes to get people to, create new norms, group norms, new values, and to understand each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that was your biggest one. Okay.
Yeah.
And throughout all this period, did you ever have a coach or a mentor? Was that something that you did at some point, or sought out somebody to help you?
So in terms of mentorship, and I tell this to everyone who asks me to mentor them, I chose my mentors. They don't know even until today because they don't know me. Yes, so like Bobby Brown. Is my not him, her. Makeup.
The makeup. Yes.
So I looked to her and I studied her and I watched her and I listened to her, whether or not she knows it, for my own sake. I know she's actually she was. We are on email, and we are on Twitter together. We are, but I've sent her a few emails, and where she only has so much time to answer or interest, whatever. But I look to them, and then just like on a one-on-one basis, not really. I just watch leaders. And I look to them for answers, and I read stuff, and So I tell they're like, "Oh, can you mentor me?" I'm like, I definitely will not have the time to sit on the phone with you or meet you every day, for sure. But look to me also, and yes, if you have a burning, pressing thing, you know where to find me.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's also, I guess, what makes the difference between people who are successful and people who are just continuously with this dream. Is what you're saying is go out there, make a move, study the people.
You do the work.
Exactly.
Yes.
Go onto YouTube, go onto LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
Books, because there's so many people out there doing whichever field we're in, right? There's so many people already
doing the thing.
Exactly. So
even my sales girls who need to learn how to do makeup really well. Okay, so I'll train you initially, but also you look to. There's trends that you can teach me. I also want to learn from you. So. And they're all millennials, and they're on YouTube all day, every day. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. So let's teach each other.
Talking about tutorials on makeup, I was seeing the other day all this new stuff around contouring, highlighting, and I don't know what. But what was interesting is how much you can change somebody's face by the time you would look recognize
like
them, right?
a brand, like a completely, not a brand new person, a different person. And so in terms of makeup artistry, one of my my mantras has always been somebody must not look different after they get their makeup done, and nobody must ever tell you your makeup looks so good. They just must say you look so good.
Your makeup is beautiful.
So no, just say you look great, and I love it. My best one is when people are like, oh, so you don't wear makeup?
That's when you know.
Thank you.
Like, no, I just woke up.
Yeah,
I'm a bit tired in fact today.
Yeah.
So
that time I have like 9 different products on my face.
but is there, I mean, after all of this experience that you've had, is there one leadership skill that you are still developing, or that you see, listen, this is really going to be useful for me in the future to push me even further?
I'm going to say keeping it positive for the team.
Yeah.
Because everything else is negative. It's very scary.
Yeah.
It's, you're being threatened every day by HR. You actually lose your job. So just keeping them positive and motivated and let them know what their good is. More than what their bad is.
So inspiring your teams and working on that. And even when things are difficult or times are thick, is to be that rock, that steadiness where people know, like, okay, she's there, she's got our back,
She has us. Exactly. You got it.
And what would you, for any other business owners or startups watching this, what would you invest or what would you advise people? What are the 2-3 skills that you would say really invest in this? For yourself.
Inside of a business, entire business.
Yeah, or if you were just somebody else is maybe just starting a business now, what would you say would be 2 or 3 skills where you say no?
Some very particular about, I know what I can do and I know what I can't do. Get a professional who can do that thing that you can't do.
Yeah.
Cheap is expensive.
And tell me about it.
At the end of the day.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So invest, like find a way. Like, I mean, even if it's like social media, and you can't afford a social media manager, get a great intern. Like, and there's so many people out there who are also honing their skills, and you can use those resources. So yes, invest in, especially in the areas of like finance, HR, marketing,
and legal compliance.
Oh my gosh, that is not even an option.
Number 1.
That's not an option. Like, don't be a lawyer.
No.
Never be your own lawyer. You will fall. So invest in people who know what they're doing more than you know what you're doing, and concentrate on what you know how to do best.
Exactly. Which is also kind of going back to that thing which a lot of people struggle with, is that notion of you need to invest money to make money, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are not prepared to, as an example, invest some money into somebody helping you design your logo and you want it for free, that shows very little, because it's your business, it's your brand. So surely you should be able to
invest in brand, and then also be very when you're starting any business, be very clear about your business. Don't just make up things as you go along. So I was very sure, like, I want to brand build from day one. I knew I'm just not going to like import Revlon or MAC or whatever and then sell it. No, I wanted to build my own brand. So, and I was very particular, even with my manufacturers, all of them, like everyone had to know, going according to your specifications, you're going according to mine. And this is the logo, this is my logo which I create, and these are the eyeshadows that I created, and you just have to mass manufacture, So just being very clear about whatever it is that you want to do.
And you mentioned the other one is know what you're not good at and then get somebody to support you.
Absolutely.
Because you find a lot of times teams and organizations are very homogeneous, right? We are attracted to people who are just like me. We get along, but that's very dangerous in a team setting, because if you are more of a, let's say, innovator, creative, you need other people who are much more detail oriented.
Completely. Exactly. Especially with us creatives, you have to have, the support of like all the other departments. You can't do it by yourself, and don't be a jack of all trades. Don't bother.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly.
That's it. And what does your ideal, let's say, organization or company culture look like? What is a place where you say, I walk in there and every day I feel energized, I feel inspired, I feel safe, I feel at home? What are some critical ingredients for you?
I think it would be a very clear organizational structure, first of all. Everybody must know who they're reporting to and why they're reporting to that person, and everyone should know their own departments well, right? So don't go to HR for a finance issue, just like
hopefully.
Hopefully. So ideal. We said ideal.
True. About ideal, not what is the
not reality. Not reality.
Sorry.
So just so everything just everyone knows their job and everyone does their job.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, just like some fun times and like just positivity,
Yeah.
a positive environment is so important for everyone's up. We spend more time at work than we do at home.
I was about to say, yeah.
So it has to be a safe place, like you're saying. Yeah.
And we often underestimate, how much time we do spend with our colleagues, our peers, our managers,
It's
our
much
bosses.
more than anyone else.
Much more than with your family, your friends, or doing
Way
the things
more.
you like.
Yeah.
So work should be a place that you come in every day and that it's enjoyable.
Exactly.
Not always is great and fun laugh, because sometimes there is a
You have to be
deadline
serious,
pressure,
sure.
but at least enjoyable to the extent that you feel respected, you feel valued,
Absolutely.
and you have opportunities for growth in there.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
great. Listen, thank you so much for your time. It's been really great chatting to
It
you
was
about
so
leadership
fun.
and
Yes.
organizational culture. So
Those are really good questions. Thank you.
we tried.
Thank
We
you.
tried. I just woke up with those questions. Just like
You
with
didn't
your
plan this
makeup.
for a long time.
No.
Because I definitely woke up
You
like
woke
this.
up this way.
Yeah.
The question just came as we were talking. Just came out like this.
I love it. Thank you so much.
And well, I don't know, whatever else. Now we're done anyways.